Today is Bayern Day. Decisive developments in the Bundesliga today as we take on FC Bayern München in the league for the first time this season. We also have a game against Hoffenheim in the DFB Pokal. So we look to progress in that competition and hopefully win it this time around. We are second in the Bundesliga, level on points with Freiburg, who we beat yesterday. Level on, actually a point ahead, actually, of Leipzig. And 3 points clear of Mönchengladbach, who we have today. And Leverkusen, who we have today. So, there's a lot of big games, actually, today. And whilst I could sim the cup game against Hoffenheim and expect a victory to then play Leverkusen, Bayern and Borussia, I think we can sim the Borussia game and get a decent result. And I want to have my own personal input on the cup. So we'll play that one, we'll play Leverkusen, we'll sim Hajduk split, play Bayern, and then sim the remaining two as we see out the month of December. We may even actually not play or not sim. In fact, what I could do, because, well, it depends when the next cup game's drawn. What I could do is play Borussia Mönchengladbach tomorrow, do Borussia Mönchengladbach, Fortuna Düsseldorf, and Werder Bremen tomorrow, because I'm not planning on doing anything in the January transfer window at the moment. The squad is really strong. I don't know if there's anywhere we could realistically improve. I've got about 60 million available to me, and at the minute, everything is going swimmingly. It would be spending the money for the sake of spending the money, and I don't know as I want to spend the money for the sake of spending the money. So I'm not sure. I don't think much will happen in January. It might do, so don't hold me to nothing happening. We may get a bid for someone that we think, go on then, why not? But we'll wait and see how things develop. Things are about, however, to develop in both the league, in the Champions League, and in the Domestic Cup, as we now go and play Hoffenheim at Signal Iduna Park. Drop the video a like, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and let's get it going. It's the round of 16 stage of the Pokal already. There's not many rounds in the German domestic cup competition. Now, Hoffenheim do have some good players. That's 84 rated Kolo Muani to start up top for them. Their entire defence, however, is tired. It's as strong as it could be, but it's also tired. They don't have a massively impressive starting lineup. Almirati, though, in midfield is always difficult to play against. You can see the changes I've made to my side with Adeyemi, with Reina, with Fernandes, Mukiele, Gabriel. But we should be able to get a victory here. Very much so. We want to win the Deutsche Pokal, please, this season. That would be very nice indeed. Reina. Fernandes. Nice ball to Gio Reina. Was meant for Weston McKennie, who now has possession. And I'll drill this looking for a man in the middle. Wirtz to control it well, but Nsoki stepped in nicely. Where you going, Becker? Straight into Andy Robertson. That's where you're going. Wirtz. Back quickly was what I was looking for. Enzo Fernandez. Oh, get there first. Gio Reyna! Brilliant goal for Dortmund. We lead by 1-0 in the 9th minute. And boom, boom, boom! We're 1-0 up and looking good in the opening stages of this DFB Pokal round of 16 tie. Pinpoint that ball over the top. Keepers doesn't know. Do I come for it? Do I not? Do I leave it for my defence? Do I need to take control of the situation? As it happens, nobody took control of the situation. Slammed home, and we're in front. Almirati into Odson Edouard and Kolo Muani looking for an immediate impact here. We need an immediate response. They very nearly get it. Gregor Kubel down well to stop the effort going in at the near post. I arguably should play Flecken in the cup, but now that we're getting to the round of 16 stage, the real crunch. Whoa! The real crunch period of it. I want my highest rated goalkeeper in between the sticks. Odson Edouard. That is a hell of a finish, Sunshine. He's put his foot right through that. Just onside. And it doesn't matter which goalkeeper's in goal. Neither of them keep that one out. He's just thumped it. Lucas Paqueta scored in similar style earlier in the season. And now Odson Edouard has gone and replicated it. It's 1-1 against Hoffenheim here in the Pokal. Challenge. Well up, Ismail. And I said us brilliantly there. Adeyemi's making the run. Oh, it's an excellent through ball. Karim Adeyemi. That is as route one as they come. Straight through the middle, splitting their defence. And on that occasion, pure pace alone is enough for Karim Adeyemi to get in behind. But take nothing away from that assist from Florian Wirtz. The pass has to be perfect. And it is. We're in front again. Nice tackle. Trying. And failing to get it away from them. I wouldn't let me change. Not that it probably would have mattered. To the defender that was next to Kolo Muani. You'll have, if you go back and watch it, you'll see the red triangle dance from Gabriel and whoever it is that's there, the number 13. I was trying to change to Nordi Mukiele by clicking LB, and it just kept bouncing between the other two, so I couldn't close him down from in front. Not that I probably would have gotten there. Well, the quality of finish and quality of goal in this game has been right up there, hasn't it? Biragi. Nicely done by Weston McKennie. The decision to move Weston McKennie to right back has been genius from you guys at two different clubs now. Wirtz trying to send Adeyemi through in a similar fashion to our second goal. Not able to replicate it, but we are knocking on the door now continually. The ball keeps coming back towards their goal. Oh, nearly. Adeyemi's going to have to turn there, though. Looking for Albert. Beat the man, beat the man, beat the man. Cross it. That'll be a corner. Come on. Let's get ourselves in front and then actually not concede on the back of scoring to go in front, shall we? Adeyemi can't quite get there. It'll fall to Gio Reyna, though. Calling for it out wide as a teammate. Not that he's found. We'll try again. Now Enzo Fernandez finds the ball at his feet. And Reyna. And in there to Adeyemi. Back to Reyna. And in there to Wirtz. Wirtz! Still the chance. Reyna. Albert swings and gets crunched and doesn't have the goal or even the proper shots. Give me that back, please. Gabriel does well. Come on, then. Desperate to try and get this goal to go in front for a third time. Whoa, that could have gone to any of the three Dortmund men that were stood there in front of the goalkeeper. Outrageously poor decision to actually try and drill that low there, and he's just gotten very, very lucky that he's not ended up potentially even just cannoning off one of those players and going straight into the back of the net. Torres looking to do it again. Does so. Shaparenko. Odson Edouard. They're looking for that third goal. They're not going to get it. Mukiele in the way. Big defending from the giant Frenchman. Shaparenko with the corner. Win that, please. It's Nordi Mukiele again. And so that centre-back has never done that in his life. Kabak to Castro. Brandt in the way. Trying to win it back. Just won't quite bobble free for me. And now they're in. Here's Scally, the right back. To Odson Edouard. Is he onside? He is not. Crucially, the keeper made the save anyway. But it wouldn't have needed to be made because it wouldn't have counted had it gone in. Adeyemi stays on the pitch. And he's now out wide. Here's Enzo Fernandez. Gets that in there to Mateus Cunha, who's turned well. I'm going to need support, however. And the support is here from Julian Brandt. Oh, it's another corner. You can see Cunha's calling for it. Well, that was... I tried to kick it to you, pal. There was just a defender in the way. Up we go. Nordi! Oh, it's Mukiele over the bar. Challenge, 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 challenge. Well up. Oh, God. There's an extra defender. He just kind of appeared on the scene there. Aubert. Mateus Cunha. Brandt looking to get into the gap. And he does get there. Adeyemi! Oh, Stanek makes the save away the first time shot. He turned away from goal. Come on, Julian. Pop this on a teammate's head. It's Mukiele again. Oh, the keeper was slow to react to that. It was on target and would have gone in. Presume it's extra time. I don't know as there's replays in the DFB Pokal, is there? Round of 16 stage. Might not need a replay or extra time if Kolo Muani tucks this away, which he will not do. How is that for an interception from Nordi Mukiele? Unbelievable stuff from him. And from that, we could go on the counter that might see us win the game. Nordi Mukiele's had an excellent, excellent game. Quickly inside here, Benasser, Brandt, Julian's going to go solo. Julian Brandt wins it for Dortmund with 2 seconds left on the clock. What are you saying, lads? What are you saying? The accuracy of that finish with the keeper rushing him just inside the post is exactly why, even though he's high rated and doesn't play very often, we kept Julian Brandt at the club. That's the quality you get as an impact player off the bench. And it really isn't the first time he's done it for us either. Julian Brandt sends us through to the quarterfinals of the DFB Pokal with the last kick of the game. There isn't time for Hoffenheim to come up with a reply this time. Wow. Now then, Leverkusen next. The Leverkusen side that are not far behind us in the league actually aren't that good. 79 rated goalkeeper in Pedro Ledesma, a regen. The defensive line is quality. Wan-Bissaka, Wout Faes, Pierre Kalulu and Tomiyasu at left back. 5-star weak foot for the right backs. He's the obvious choice. They don't actually have any left backs because obviously just FIFA things. Then 82 Andrich and 83 Aaron Barry in the 2 CDM roles. Jared Bowen on the right. Ezekiel Barco on the left. And then Zidane Sertdemir is the only cam they have. And Sebastian Aller up top isn't a world-beating striker at 82 rated. They've just got a squad of good enough players. But apparently that squad of good enough players with a nothing cam and an average as fuck goalkeeper is apparently good enough to challenge towards the top end of the Bundesliga. Starting 11 is at full strength, other than, rather fairly, I've given Julian Brandt the start ahead of Wirtz after his heroics in the cup in the last game. Might be in trouble here. I just turned away from him with Matheus Cunha. This might be an early red card. It is an early red card. Well, who cares if they've only got a 73 rated cam and he's the only one they've got? Because now he can't even be on the pitch anyway. After 4 minutes, that turn away means that the challenge comes in from behind. And a straight red card in the 4th minute for Bayer Leverkusen. So now, Sebastian Aller is all on his own up top. Oh, and I was hoping to go 1-0 up immediately as well. I don't think they'll change their system on the back of that red card at the moment. They'll just play 4-2-2-1 rather than 4-2-3-1. Of course, Sebastian Aller is a familiar face here at Dortmund. Used to play for the club. And I think I might have been actually the one to sell him at the beginning of last season. I can't quite recall, but I think so. Regardless, Andrich, the CDM, is the one that's in on goal here. Don't you dare. Thank you. Heart in mouth there, as there was a bit of a delay. Strong, but fair. McKennie forward to Pauletta. Mönchengladbach take the lead against Werder Bremen. The only real other side we care about at the minute is Bayern Munich. Matheus Cunha is in behind here. And, well, they haven't changed system. They do still have the fully available back 4 and 2 CDMs, but their positioning was a little bit wayward there, and Matheus Cunha was able to get in behind. 8 goals in 12 games for him so far this season. We've actually had more goals from Florian Wirtz at cam than we have Matheus Cunha at striker, but I'd be intrigued to know what the goal contribution tally is like for Cunha, because I think he might have picked up a handful of assists as well. Regardless, we are a goal up against the team that are a man down. What, to be fair, regardless after seeing that replay, regardless of whether Cunha was front on or it was from behind, it was a nasty 2-footer anyway. Definitely a red card. Hoffenheim 1. FC Bayern München 0. Yes, please. Keep that up, Hoffenheim. If you do so, we're going to be closer to going top of the Bundesliga. And with Bayern to play next, could be top of the Bundesliga if it stays as is and then we beat Bayern Munich. It's the Bundesliga title race about to get blown wide open. I should have squared that. I had confidence in Paqueta on his left foot. 1-on-1. to get that on target. He hasn't delivered. So Bayern have equalised at half-time. So with them continually dropping points, just dropping 2, not 3, the gap at the top will close. And I think, provided Bayern don't win, and we do, we will be able to go above them should we beat them in the next game after this. But we have to make sure that we win this one. There's no point concentrating so much on Bayern's result that we end up losing our own. Oh, and mainly because Bayern Munich have the opportunity to get themselves back in the game as well in their game. They are 2-1 up now. Oh, and if it weren't for Ledesma, we'd be 2-0 up here. I tried to squeeze that through a gap that wasn't there. Thankfully, Bellini's recovered it. McKennie. Süle. Goal for Hoffenheim. They lead by 3-2 now against Bayern. It's completely turned around there. Oh, and Matheus Cunha still can't find a second goal for us here. That was a brilliant opportunity. Hoffenheim are giving Bayern Munich one hell of a game, it seems. Unbelievable scenes. 1-0 up to 2-1 down to 3-2 up for Hoffenheim against Bayern Munich. I have no idea why I'm running around with Nico Schlotterbeck all the way over there, though. That's not necessarily going to help my defensive line, is it? Here's Aaron Barry now. The two CDMs definitely playing as centre mids and rushing forward into cam positions as well. Jared Bowen to Andrich. Out to Tomiyasu. Schlotterbeck in the way. Stumbles, though, as the ball hits him. And we can't win it back here. He's won the ball, but hasn't kept it in play. And still, Leverkusen look for an equaliser. Andrich. Aaron Barry. Blocked by Paqueta. Aller keeps it alive. Bowen. Aller. Saved by Kubel. Big stop. Giant stop from the man between the sticks. Our big Swiss doing the job. Keeper's up for this, look, as you can see there. Get to it, get to it. He hasn't, but Face does. Pump it. No, I wanted to see if that was on target or not with the keeper rushing back to his goal. Not to worry, we win 1-0. Now please, Hoffenheim, have you held on? We're desperate to find out. Leverkusen had more chances than me. They were really good with 10 men. They didn't hold out for a 3-2 win, but they have held on to a 3-3 draw. So the standings in the Champions League see us through, and with avoiding defeat against Hajduk Split, guaranteed top spot. And the gap is 2 points to FC Bayern München, and we play them after the game in the Champions League. And you'll notice Freiburg are level on points with us as well. So if they win and we win, Bayern will be down to third. So the Champions League against Hajduk Split. We're already through, but a point or more in this game would see us top the group, and in theory at least, without having looked at the other groups, get an easier round of 16 game. You can notice on the left-hand side we are playing a not fully rotated, but close to it side. Flecken, Mukiele, Gabriel, Sosa, Özcan, Enzo Fernandez, Brandt, Reina and Adeyemi. So maybe in January I could buy a couple of other fringe players so I have a full rotated 11. But I don't really feel like that's necessary, is it, at this stage? It might be perhaps in the latter stages of the season. Stamina might become a problem. What is a problem is Hajduk Split scoring a goal to go 1-0 up. So maybe in January I sign another centre-back or right-back. And then that will dictate where Mukiele plays. And maybe another winger as well. We'll have a look and see who we've got out on loan. And if there's anyone good enough to come back from loan, maybe we recall them. We'll play it by ear. At the minute, Hajduk Split are the dominant side here in this game. Currently bossing it. 2 chances to our 1. Soon probably to be 3 chances to our 1. And they've had all of the ball as well. We are playing that weakened side, but it still should be strong enough to do something decent against Hajduk Split. We do have still an overload in player rating wise. Hey! Goal from the corner, and it's Albert! We do have higher rated players in every position that we have out, despite the fact that they're not first team. But it is a first team player and the highest rated player on the pitch that scores the goal to equalise for us. And it'll be, provided they don't score from this corner, 1-1 at the break. I don't get to see the other results at half-time when you're in the sim as you do when you're actually playing the game. So we don't know what the Monaco-Liverpool game is at the moment. Liverpool trying desperately to finish third in the group and ahead of Hajduk Split, but with the Croatians getting a point here at the moment, that would see Liverpool, if they're losing to Monaco, finish bottom and go out of all European football this year. Now we've hit the woodwork. We're trying to win it here if we can at home. And a free kick for Albert to take. Yes, please. We did this with Bellini in the last episode and buried the free kick in the back of the net. Can I do the same again here? Albert. 2 and a bit bars of power, looking to go around the outside of the wall and into the corner. It goes wide of the target. I just can't resist taking a free kick every now and again. Nice. Oh, from distance! Karim Adeyemi slams it home from outside the box. And we lead by 2-1. That will be top spot guaranteed regardless of anything that Monaco do against Liverpool on this particular match day. Now, like we say, it should offer us a more favourable round of 16 draw. But time will tell as to how accurate that statement is. What we can say with an accurate statement, however, is that we are going to win this game and top our Champions League group. Albert and Adeyemi, as Liverpool beat Monaco by 2-0 away from home. If only they'd have done more of that earlier in the group stage, maybe they wouldn't have finished third. But third is where they are. Bugger. That's a difficult Champions League draw, isn't it? Yikes. Well, they don't get much more difficult in Europe than Manchester City, and they certainly don't get any more difficult domestically than Bayern Munich. And that's where we're headed next. So PSG topped their group, Newcastle came second, Sporting third with 10 points. Man United won their group, level on points with Roma, finishing top on either goal difference or head-to-head. Probably head-to-head actually, because goal difference is the same there. Oh no, actually goal difference is in Roma's favour, so definitely head-to-head. That's our group. Atletico, wow! Bayern knocked out of Europe. Now that's actually going to work in their favour for the Bundesliga, because they will only have to concentrate now on domestic action, whereas we are still in 3 competitions. Steaua Bucharest get through. Unbelievable. Inter top their group, Chelsea second in theirs after drawing 4 games. So many draws in that group. Only Inter winning more than 1 game. It's a really close group. Juventus top of theirs, Leipzig second. We can't draw Leipzig, that's why we didn't get that potential second place. And it's Benfica that topped their group. Manchester City finished second, meaning Barcelona crash out of the Champions League as well. Real Madrid topped theirs, and Napoli are second, and Leverkusen only got 4 points from their 6 games. Outrageous. Some real shocks there in the Champions League this season. Freiburg lead the way as well, so they definitively, though, will not top the table after this fixture, regardless of the result. If I win, I go top on goal difference. If Bayern win, they go top on points. If we draw, Bayern go top on goal difference. But Freiburg putting up a title challenge, it seems, and Leipzig right behind us as well. Let's now go and play Bayern Munich. Bayern Munich, Neuer in goal for them. Davies, De Ligt, Christensen and Hill. Kimmich sat as a CDM with Nunes, although they do sit next to each other. Mane and Fekir, then Moise Kean and Dybala up top. It is a 4-2-2 formation. Manuel Neuer is 82 rated at Christ knows how many years of age at this stage in the save. We know that they're beatable. We've done it twice last year, and they've not really strengthened since then. If anything, I'd probably go as far as to say that Bayern are weaker than they were last year, which gives us a great opportunity in the Bundesliga to topple them and win the title this year. And I mistakenly said earlier that they were out of Europe and had no European competition to contest with the rest of the season and could solely concentrate on domestic football, when of course they finished third in their group, not fourth, meaning they will have gone into the Europa League for the knockout stages of that competition moving forward. One pace too far, but Neuer comes out to smother. And we don't take a 1-0 lead early doors. I should have done better with that. And with the corner too. Fekir's picked up a knock as well early doors, but he's able to play on for now. Dybala looking for Sadio Mane. They might be weaker than last year. It doesn't mean they're actually weak though. They're just not quite as good as they were. Being 98% of the team that you were the season before still makes you a pretty decent proposition for anyone coming up against you. They are, as you saw there, looking to press though. That's Kimmich, the CDM, in almost the right wing position when pressing there. Wirtz out to Robertson, and because they're going to press quite so much, it is going to offer up opportunities to get in behind. But we're going to have to be better when we shoot than that. Neuer doesn't look like conceding so far, does he? Although... No. Oh, although... Yes, he does look like conceding. That was an awkward one. I don't quite know how he has conceded there. Did it loop over him? Was it just too far around him, perhaps, for him to be able to get there? We need to see a replay to fully understand how exactly that's ended up in the back of the net. The ball wasn't the best, but the defender's not dealt with it well, and Wirtz's effort is just too far away from him. Just didn't expect him to shoot, wasn't set with his feet, and couldn't dive across for it. We lead by 1-0 at the Allianz, his 10th goal in 12 games, and we're potentially now top of the table as it stands. Moise Kean apparently having a campaign to remember. Not sure how many goals he's scored so far this year then, but presumably quite a few. Oh, the deflection made that awkward for the keeper, but Kubel keeps it out. Cunha, though, will lift this looking for the run of Albert, who's stonking fast. Will deliver the cross. Oh, and Wirtz! Matthijs de Ligt with the best bit of defending we've seen for a while. Wirtz was in there. Is that a foul on Bellini? It's not. How has Matthijs de Ligt brought that down and gotten that away? It's a brilliant ball by Albert. It's an excellent first touch by Florian Wirtz. And when he gets in here, you think, right, he's in. All he's got to do now is shoot. And from this position, if you were to freeze frame that and say what happened next, you definitely wouldn't have said that De Ligt would do that. To be fair, he's planted his left foot and he's moonwalked to get the block on it. His right foot's down, his left foot's there, and then he just glides sideways to get the foot in. I feel a bit hard done by, but at the same time, it's still excellent defending, regardless of the fact that he is a little bit cheeky. We still lead, though, by 1-0, but, oh, it really could have been 2. What a block by Lucas Paqueta. The pressure continues on the Dortmund backline, and you're not going to stop Albert getting in behind, and he will have his goal, and we will lead by 2 at half-time. Top of the table! Oh, it's Weston McKennie. I was going to say play Bellini in. McKennie with a nice turn. And there's Lucas Paqueta. It's a yellow. He's gotten away with that. It's a yellow card from Matheus Nunes. I think that's just as much a red card as the one we saw in the game earlier today. Now, it's a long way out for Bellini, so I am actually going to lay this off. And then Florian Wirtz could potentially have a crack from distance and try and catch Neuer out for a second time, but not able to do so. Mane off now. Kingsley Coman comes on in his place. And we'll see if that's the change to spark Bayern into life. Oh, that's nicely done. It's a good goal. And Bayern have one back. Moise Kean has been apparently the man to score the majority of their goals this season. And it's just well put together. Little flick round the corner's done me. And he's not going to miss from there like that, is he? Moise Kean pulls them back in it. It's 2-1 in the 69th minute. Come on. I'm pressing Y there to call my keeper out. And what it's done is play a through ball with Niklas Süle. You saw the keeper start to come, and then it locked Süle onto the ball, and the keeper stopped coming and then started powering up a through ball. Süle has then kicked it straight at the Bayern man, and in the space of 6 minutes, Bayern Munich are level, and they will go top again, and we will actually drop from second to third. I need to now find a goal to win this game. I need to find a third. Benassa. Albert quickly into Matheus Cunha. Andy Robertson on the run. Just a little dink. And Cunha's in. Surely. Paqueta! And breathe the biggest sigh of relief you have ever breathed. Empty both those lungs. The ball back was meant for Wirtz, so when it didn't find him, I panicked a little bit. But Paqueta is able to turn home the chance. It's Alphonso Davies there, doesn't get the block on it. Neuer doesn't make the save. And with only his third goal of the season, we do. And his last kick of the ball as well, Paqueta, as he's gone off now for Enzo Fernandez. We do look like we might end up top of the table come the end of this fixture. We've still got 2 more games to come today, of course, in the Sims against Borussia Mönchengladbach and Fortuna Düsseldorf, which hopefully we will also win. And their press is going to come now, and it's going to look dangerous. Still, they look to get something from this Bayern, and still they will. Nabil Fekir makes it 3-3. Cracking goal. 6 minutes after going back to 3-3. Sorry, back to 3-2. And us leading again. Bayern make it 3-3. It's like the Hoffenheim game they've just played in the last fixture all over again. And they're looking for a fourth here, Bayern. Moise Kean into Kingsley Coman to Moise Kean again. Dybala blocked. And I press Y, and the keeper does come and get this one. I feel slightly hard done by, to be completely honest, because of the nature of their second goal, but their overall play deserved something from the game, and something they did get. A point to send them back top, and to keep me third now. In fact, fourth now, behind Leipzig as well. And Mönchengladbach could come to within a point of us if they win their game in hand. However, their next game is me. We have 5th place Mönchengladbach to come, and then 16th place Düsseldorf still left to play today. And it is, at present, a 4-way, potentially if Leipzig beat me and then win their game in hand, 5-way, or even 6-way if Leverkusen could do something about it, title fight. The Sim in the snow against Borussia Mönchengladbach. They are, as you saw from the league table, challenging to try and get themselves into the title fight mix. They're not necessarily in the fight yet, but they're not too far away from it. If we can beat them here, though, A, it would hopefully send us back up towards top spot again, and B, might mean that there's one less team trying to chase us down for that title. But if we do lose this, or even just draw it, then Mönchengladbach certainly could consider themselves in this title fight. And Kubel's had to make 2 saves back-to-back there to stop Mönchengladbach from taking the lead. 20 minutes in, it is 0-0. We are at full strength for this, and Matheus Cunha is now in behind 1v1 and buries it. Tor for the BVB. It's good football. And they've got men over here, Mönchengladbach. Kubel is having a very good game here. He's made save after save to stop Borussia Mönchengladbach getting themselves level in this game. We don't seem to have a lot of possession in the majority of these sims against the better sides. But, so far at least, we are getting the results. 1-0 up here. We did draw one recently though, didn't we? So we haven't won every game we've done this interactive sim for so far, but we're certainly doing well enough. Oh, and Fabio Bellini nearly made it 2-0 at the back post there. Lovely ball out wide. Danger here. Real danger here in the box. Brilliant block by the defender. And with that block and this counter, we should see the result through into the 91st minute. Weston McKennie on a hell of a run. Finds Albert. Can we make it 2 at the end? No, it's a good save. And we'll get the corner. Not that we really need to take it. And that should be dub. It is indeed the dub. A 1-0 win against Borussia Mönchengladbach as Bayern win their game by 3-0. Goal difference is certainly in their favour in the league, isn't it? Oh, in actual fact, we are locked level at +20 apiece. +20 apiece with Fortuna Dusseldorf on the horizon then. We have another interactive sim to do between now and the end of the episode. But I will make sure that my lineup is as strong as it could be, and theirs is too before we play it. So Dusseldorf away is absolutely a game we should be winning. They don't have anyone any higher than 80 rated. That's Pirro up top. The rest of their side is mid-70s at best. So this should be a straightforward victory for us. We should be a bit more dominant in this one, I'd like to think. A couple of changes for stamina. Enzo Fernandez is in. Although it's Florian Wirtz that nearly gives us the opening goal there. And Gio Reyna is in on the right-hand side as well for a tired Bellini. Outside of that, we are at full strength. And hopefully we'll get the win. And it's the, I was going to say substitute, but he started, Gio Reyna. It's the background man, the man that's not normally in the starting lineup, normally is a substitute, that gives us the 1-0 lead. Oh, off the bar. Close to a second. They can't get it out their half at the minute, Dusseldorf. Talk about under pressure. Jeez Louise. Oh, it's incredible play. It just doesn't end in a goal, unfortunately. They still can't get out of their half. Cunha's on the run. Corner. Jeez. This has definitely been a dominant performance, hasn't it? I think the... Oh, I like the idea to square that. 54% possession. They've had no shots. They can't get out of their own half, Fortuna Dusseldorf. And, well, we've kicked off, so we'll have possession, and it'll go straight back into their half again. I mean, we've had 10 shots here. And I genuinely don't think the ball has been in our half since kickoff. Still can't get that second goal, though. One was enough against Borussia Mönchengladbach. And hopefully, one will be enough against Dusseldorf as well, although they are now in our half. With less than 20 minutes to go. God, you could have scripted it, couldn't you? Their first shot of the game, and they equalise Fortuna Dusseldorf. We've had 12 and can't find a second, and they... It's just been utter dominance. Don't even think about scoring a second. I'm not going to jump in. I'm quite happy to let everything play out in these interactive sims rather than jump in. The only way I'll jump in is for those free kicks or penalties, perhaps. But this is still more of an impact than we'd have on a quick sim. But Dusseldorf are going to do one on us there. One shot all game to our 13, and Appelkamp gives them a point. Bugger. Not to worry. Still within 3 points of Leipzig now, who lead the table. Freiburg have dropped from 1st to 4th. And Leverkusen trying to catch up. Similarly, Mönchengladbach and Schalke. But they're 10 points off top now, to be fair. You'd say, at this stage, probably a four-way fight. A four-way fight for the title in the Bundesliga. We're going to head then into the month of January in the next episode. And we're going to look for a player, to be fair, with now Mateus Cunha, what am I talking about? Jonathan Burkhardt on his way back from injury. Means that he'll go to striker when we rotate. And Adeyemi will go out wide. So that all I really need now is a centre-back / right-back to fill out the back line in a rotation 11 to give us numbers. So we will have £60 million to spend and one position to spend it in. Unless, of course, we get more big injuries between now and the end of the transfer window in January. But that will be all for today's episode. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Certainly plenty of action in there today. Hopefully you will be back with me tomorrow for the next one. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. And, of course, subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more. And fingers crossed, we can add to the trophy room this season in not 1, not 2, but 3 different areas. I'll see you tomorrow for the transfer window.